Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be doing the first installment of a new series on my channel this year, which is going to be called All About Skincare. So if you want to learn all about exfoliation, the best types for your skin type, for your needs, please keep watching. Now I have taken some notes for this video, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm doing. So I really want to tell you guys all about exfoliation and why I think it is so important. I tell this to everybody: if you're going to spend time and effort on one thing that relates to skincare, I think it should be exfoliation, because it's the one thing that you don't have to spend a lot of money on that can really transform the way your skin looks and feels. I get asked all the time like the best skincare products to use, and through this series you'll kind of find out which products I think are worth it. But I think if you're just going to get into skincare and do one thing to really change the texture and look of your skin, it would be exfoliation. So exfoliation is basically removing the outermost layer of your skin. You can exfoliate your face, your body, your feet, anything like that. I recommend exfoliating 1 to 3 times a week depending on the needs of your skin. I have acneic skin. My skin tends to have a lot of texture, so I try at least to do exfoliation once a week. But depending on your skin type and your needs, if you're super oily and you have a lot of texture and your skin isn't really sensitive, you might be able to do 3 times a week. And if you have very sensitive skin, if you're prone to wrinkles and fine lines, you might want to dial it down just to 1 time a week. So exfoliation is good for a number of things. It can help diminish the look of fine lines and wrinkles. It can help your skin cells turn over to prevent increasing dark spots on your face, or it can help heal existing dark spots and reveal brighter, newer skin. It can unclog your pores, and overall it just smooths and refines the texture of your skin. So when you look close up at my skin, you can see a little bit of texture. Now, if I don't exfoliate, it'll look like my skin is just very bumpy. So that's why I always tell people, like, how I look underneath my makeup is completely different. But the one thing that I always do is exfoliate, so that when I am wearing makeup, my makeup applies more smoothly and my skin looks more even. So exfoliation is also going to be really important if you are applying makeup. I know when I was working at Sephora and I would do people's makeup, a lot of people would come in and I would apply their makeup, but it didn't look how my skin looks. And when you're doing makeup, people are always comparing their results to yours, and I always tell people the #1 thing you need to be doing is exfoliating, because you can use a $100 foundation. If you're putting it on top of dead skin cells, it's really not going to apply smoothly. So that's why I always tell people, I'd rather you save your money on makeup and just buy some staple skincare items so that you can have nice skin, and then when you have nice skin, your makeup will look nice as well. So there are really 2 types of exfoliation. You have chemical versus physical. So there are 2 types of chemical exfoliants, and I have written this down so that I don't mess it up. You have AHA, which is alpha hydroxy acids, and these are derived from natural substances, so they don't penetrate into your skin. Then you have BHA, which is beta hydroxy acids, and these are oil soluble and they reach deep down into your pores. BHAs are going to be recommended for those of you who have really oily skin, if you suffer from breakouts, anything that you really want something to penetrate deep down inside and like clean and unclog your pores. When you really want like something heavy, you're gonna want a BHA. And on Sephora's website, I always refer to Sephora, I know, because I just find that the website is really easy to filter through things. You can, I think, go to exfoliators, and then under ingredients, you can filter through AHA, BHA, and things like that. So those are the chemical exfoliants. Now your physical exfoliant is going to be anything like a grain, a scrub, or anything that you actually have to manually manipulate onto your face. So I have some exfoliants that you just apply on like a mask, and it's going to work chemically to eat away at your skin. I know that sounds kind of gross. And then I have exfoliants that I put on and I actually have to scrub to work into my skin. So the ones that you just apply and let itself do the work, that is going to be a chemical one. And if you're using any manipulation with your hands, anything manually, that's going to be a physical exfoliant. And another thing, if you really have sensitive skin, I would use an enzymatic exfoliant. So anything with like fruit enzymes. I know that Henriksen has a really nice Truth, I'll link it down below, but I have a whole review on it, and it uses, I think, orange is it orange peels or something? But anything with fruit extracts, because that's going to be very natural and it's not going to dry out your skin or create little like almost abrasive holes on your epidermis. Sometimes if you use too harsh of a scrub, it can really create some tears in your skin. I know Ole Henriksen has a walnut scrub. For some people, that's really too harsh. So I would recommend something with like walnuts in it or anything that's more abrasive to someone who really has tough skin. So if you are sensitive, I would stay away from maybe even chemical exfoliants, but I would definitely stay away from anything that's too abrasive. Okay, now I have some recommendations that I want to share with you guys, and I think I'm just gonna post some pictures in the corner of the screen. So my favorite exfoliant that I recommend to everybody is the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance pads. Now I started using those about, I don't know, 4 years ago, and I really love that because it has a chemical and a physical exfoliation. Now I'll have to look at the ingredients. I believe it has AHA acid in it. I believe it uses AHAs, but you're going to have the chemical exfoliant in the pad as far as what the pad is actually soaked in the solution, but then when you're rubbing it around on your face, that is the physical exfoliant as well. So for me, I find that works best because I don't necessarily want to have to think about using an exfoliant 3 or 4 times a week. I know I can use that once a week and it really just helps to just renew my skin. And I don't know, I just love it. It's gentle if you use it in a gentle way. I tend to really scrub my skin because I only do it once a week. I really want to get that outer layer of my skin off. But First Aid Beauty is nice because it's a whole product line geared toward those with sensitive skin, what's that skin condition, eczema, anything like that. If you have dry sensitive skin, First Aid Beauty is a great line for you. My second recommendation is going to be something like the Ole Henriksen Truth Melting, no, not the Truth Melting, the Truth Sugar Glow Mask. Now this is an interesting product because it cleanses your face, it hydrates, and it exfoliates. I think that that scrub or mask is best for someone with normal to oily skin. It does have sugar in it and that can be kind of abrasive in my opinion. So I would save that for someone who has normal to oily skin. If you are sensitive, I would stay away from something like that. Kate Somerville's Exfoliate is very good as well. I find that that one is very gentle and I think they might even have an exfoliating cleanser. So if you have really sensitive skin, I know that product is expensive, but I would try something like the Exfoliate cleanser because you're getting the action of the exfoliant, but it's not so harsh. I mean, even when I use the Exfoliate, which is their intensive exfoliant, I find that it's not too abrasive because I think the granules are just very thin and fine. But if you do have sensitive skin, that might be a little too much for you. So I would try something like a cleanser. So that's also a great option. If you don't want to have to add an extra step into your routine, I might do a separate cleanser for the morning and night. And in the morning, I would use a cleanser that has an exfoliant in it. You can get cleansers with powder exfoliants. You can use something with microbeads inside of it. But that's going to be your best bet when you want something that's gentle because it's already mixed into a solution that's most likely going to be creamy. So it won't irritate your skin. Another great tool is a Clarisonic. Now to me, the Clarisonic does more of just getting deep down into my pores. I don't find that it really exfoliates too much, but like I said, if you find that you have really sensitive skin, I would get a Clarisonic with those Luxe Cashmere brushes. That's just very soft so that it won't be too abrasive for your skin. Also, another option for those of you who might be sensitive or want something that you can use every day instead of thinking about adding an extra product into your line, you can try the Philosophy Micro Delivery Face Wash. When I worked at Sephora, that was such a top seller. Like, people love that thing. I don't think I ever tried it, but I know one of my friends about a month or so ago told me that she bought it and she loved it. So the micro delivery is basically a facial cleanser with tiny little micro beads in it. And I've tried it on the back of my hand and I find that that is a very gentle exfoliating cleanser. I think it's gentle enough to use every day. But if you do have more oily If you do have more oily prone skin that's prone to breakouts, that exfoliant might not be enough for you. But if you have dry skin, if you're worried about fine lines and wrinkles and you don't want to do any harsh manipulation on your skin, I think the Philosophy Micro Delivery Facial Cleanser would be great. I do know as far as drugstore products, St. Ives has an apricot line. I think I've used that before, but I found it to be kind of abrasive. So if you have sensitive skin, I would not try a product like that. I do know that St. Ives sells some exfoliating facial pads just like the First Aid Radiance ones. I did a comparison about those two products probably 2 or so years ago. I will try to link that below as well. I find that the St. Ives ones, they're good, but I don't think they're as good as the First Aid Beauty ones. But if you're looking for a cheaper alternative, I think that that would be great. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna stop talking. I hope this gave you a little overview of why exfoliation is so important. I attribute the tone and texture of my skin to exfoliation. I know I do use other skincare products, but I tell everybody exfoliation is really, really necessary for your face, for your body, for everything. And I promise if you're not using an exfoliator and you add one into your skincare line, you will definitely see a great difference. So let me know how you guys like this video. I don't know what the video for next month will be, but every month I'm gonna bring you a new topic on something skincare related. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. I will list all the products down below and all the videos I referred to. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below and I will see you in the next video. Bye.